Okay, hey guys, my name is Kierstyn McKenzie,
Hi, I'm Grayson Blake.
and today we're going to talk about
How does education produce freedom for African Americans in today's society?
HBCUs were established to set an environment where blacks felt comfortable going to school and not just, I don't know, I think at the time they couldn't really go to school with other white people anyway.
No.
I think it was still segregated.
They created HBCUs to almost be anti-segregation and to prove to the white people that they deserve education, they deserve the equal opportunities.
Just like everybody else.
In the video, after slavery, they used to go to these hatchback schools and read lessons to educate them in order to hatch an education. And they believed that if they were to educate themselves, that they would not only improve themselves, but create a domino effect to other individuals and result in freedoms.
Okay, so black education was forbidden fruit for over 400 years from slavery, before slavery, up until the Freedmen's Bureau bill was passed.
The Freedmen's Bureau, formerly known as the Bureau of Refugees, the Freedmen and Abandoned Lands was established in 1865 by Congress to help millions of former black slaves and poor whites in the South in the aftermath of the Civil War.
So the Freedmen's Bureau was established in 1865. It was really kind of passed in 1866. And that was really the official stepping stone for HBCUs to be built and for blacks to start getting their education. And basically, whites just didn't want blacks to be educated. They wanted to manipulate them into thinking a certain way to have control over them. So once the Freedmen's Bill was passed and black education was starting to be available, then a lot of things started to change for blacks.
I agree with that, and I think that what they were trying to do was trying to control them into thinking one type of way, and education was one thing that would derail their brainwashing.
Right. So in the Donaldson book, one of the first things that I read and came upon was that blacks were able to fight oppression through education, black education. That's one way they were able to fight oppression from slave owners and just people in general that weren't a minority. Okay, so I know about how we talked about freedom for education and for blacks, but also within HBCUs there was a lot of segregation between blacks themselves. So, for example, light-skinned people were supposed to go to a certain school. I think it was a liberal arts school. And the dark-skinned people were supposed to go to industrial schools for hard work, hard labor. So even though HBCUs were built to help black people feel comfortable, there was still segregation even between black people.
Education produces freedom for African Americans in today's society because it enables them to have individuality and able to separate themselves as much as they're wanting to do. I think a stepping stone from the Freedmen's Bureau to HBCUs to ultimately allowing anybody to attend any university in the world.
Whatever race.
Yep.